Hello people, Sue Jerry speaking. Welcome to TheCrazyBunch's web show for number 78, and today we're doing not one, not two, but 7. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 dev topics, along with 3 more topics to read, and we'll wrap up the show. So let's do it now. Let's get, shall we? See what we got for us. Aaron Carr, born Aaron Charles Carr, was an American singer and songwriter. He came into fame as a teen pop singer in the late 90s. Established himself as a star among preteen and teenage audiences during the first years of the 21st century. For the four studio albums. Wow. Carr began performing at age 7 after the foundation of his brother's Nick group, the Backstreet Boys. If you watch this, Andrew, this is for you, boy, Andrew Hawking. Anyway, and released his self-titled debut album in 1997, at age 9. Wow. Selling the million copies worldwide. His second album, Athens Party, Get Come Get, in 2000, sold 3 million copies in the United States. And Carr began making his guest appearances on Nickelodeon and touring with the Backstreet Boys shortly after the record's release. Okay? His next album, Oh Aaron, also went platinum. And in 2002, the musician released what would be his last studio album in over 15 years, Another Earthquake, followed by his 2003 Most Requested Hits collection. Carr appeared on Dancing with the Stars and on Broadway musical Seussical, okay? On the off-Broadway musical The Fantastics, and many other several on-off performances. In 2014, he released a single featuring rapper Pat Soyo, which I'm not a huge rapper person. But anyway, Oh We, wow. Carr released a single Fool's Gold in 2016, an EP titled Love in 2017. His 5th studio album, also titled Love, was released in 2018. The 6th and final album, Blacklisted, was released 2 days after his death. Jesus. Anyway, he was born on December 7, 1987 in Tampa, Florida. His parents, Jade Elizabeth Nee Spalding, and Robert Gene Carr, 1952 to 2017, ran a retirement home. Wow. He had an older brother, Nick, a member of the Backstreet Boys. Watch this Andrew Hawkins for you, boy. Anyway, and 3 sisters. His twin, Angel, Amal, Bobby G, BJ, and Leslie, 1986, until 2012. The family was originally from Jameson, New York. His parents divorced in 2004. The Carr was told about divorce an hour before he filmed this MTV Cribs episode. Carr attended the Frank M.D. Miles Elementary School and Washington School in Florida. His career began in 1997 until 1999 when his music began as a self-titled debut album. Carr began his career as the lead singer of Dead End, a band formed after the members met in the Tampa Rock School. Wow, heavy metal style. Ugh, anyway. He left after 2 years because he wanted to perform pop music. Oh my god, really? Anyway. While the other members have attended into alternative rock, because I'm a huge rock fan, per se. Anyway, Carr made his first solo appearance at age 9, singing a cover of the Jets' Crush on You. Wow. Makes a lot of sense now. But anyway, when opening for the Backstreet Boys in Berlin, March 1997. But anyway, the performance was followed by a record contract in the fall of 1997. He released his first single, Crush on You. Same thing. But anyway, Carr's debut solo album was released on December 1st, 1997. The album achieved gold status in Norway, Spain, Denmark, Canada, and Germany, and was released in the United States on June 16, 1998. 2001 came when Aaron Parties Come to Get It as he debuted in Oh Aaron. Oh man. Anyway, his second studio album, Aaron's Party Come Get It, was released in the United States on September 26, 2000 under the Jive label. Wow. The album sold to more than 3 million copies in the United States and was clarified 3 times platinum RIAA. Something like that. I don't know. The album includes hit singles I Want Candy. Anyway. Aaron's Parties Come Get It. This is how I beat Squad. I don't know. Anyway. And Bounce. All of which released through Airplay on Disney Channel and Nickelodeon. Wow. Makes sense. Anyway. He also made several guest appearances on Nickelodeon and performed on the opening act in the civil concert of the Backstreet Boys and Britney Spears' Oops, I Did It Again tour. Wow. In March 2001, he made his acting debut, guest star in the episode of the Disney Channel series Lizzie McGuire. Wow. That same month, he and the fellow teen star Samantha Mamba performed at the concert in the MGM Studios live on Disney Channel titled Aaron Carter's Man Remember in Concert. Okay? Carter's part of the concert was released on DVD that same month as Aaron's Party Live in Concert. In 2001, in April, he made his Broadway debut playing JoJo, the Who, in the musical Susical. Wow, makes me sense. Anyway, how I pronounce it better. I keep rubbing my nose. But anyway, sorry about that. But anyway, at the age of 13, Carter recorded his first studio album, Oh Aaron, which was released on August 7, 2001. It features his first duet recording with his brother Nick, and a song with the group No Secrets. Well, at the time I saw No Secrets when I was a kid, and all of a sudden you saw We're Kids in America by No Secrets and Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius. And Cartoon Network, Bob would go saying that's what girls do at the time. But anyway, Play With All the Toys created the Aaron Carter doll into the duration of the album's release. Oh, Aaron went platinum that same year, and the live concert in Baton Rouge, Louisiana was released on DVD as Oh Aaron Live in Concert. Wow. Makes sense anyway. His songs, Leave It Up to Me, AC's Alien Nation, and Go Jimmy Jimmy were used in the soundtrack for 2001 film Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius in 2000, and that was a great movie I saw as a kid. For some reason back then, it was a Pixar movie when I was a kid, but nope, it was a Paramount Nickelodeon movies at the time. But anyway, and O Entertainment. But anyway, 2008 came when Another Earthquake, more requested hits, Saturday Night, and House of Cards. Now, I'm gonna get a drink and I'll be right there with you. Anyway. Carter's fourth studio album, Another Earthquake, was released on September 3rd, 2002, during the Rock Rap Retro Tour. Wow, makes sense anyway. The album featured the parodic theme, America A.O., the Northern Orange Dippers. Anyway, and the ballad, Do You Remember? Okay. He guest starred in 3 episodes, Nickelodeon's television series, All That, and also sang Through My Own Eyes, the theme song to the PBS animated series Liberty's Kids. Now, I want to do a series based on Liberty's Kids, which I saw as a kid, called Liberty's Kids on PBS. And basically want to be Liberty's Kids jokes. Coming soon to Elton's Call. Be look out for that. But anyway, alongside Kayla Hinkle. Anyway, in 2002, Carter's parents filed a lawsuit against his former manager, Lou Pearlman. Wow. Lou's failure to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars in royalties of Carter's 1998 album, which was released through Pearlman's label and production company. Excuse me. commercial. On March 13, 2003, Parliament was declared that in... Sorry about that, everyone. In Common of Court for ignoring a court order to produce documents relating to royalty payments. However, the suit itself is still out of court. Jesus. Carr's most requested hits, a collection that includes tracks from his last 3 albums, as well as a new single, One Better, was released on November 3rd, 2003. Saturday Night was released on March 22nd, 2005, and promoted by Carr that summer. And the song was released by Transcontinental label, wow, with Lou Pearlman as executive producer. The single was also featured in the soundtrack in the film Pop Star, in which Carr starred. Wow. The direct-to-video film was based heavily on his own life and as a performer. A real-life motocross racer, Carr was also appeared in the 2005 film Supercross. In March 2006, Transcontinental filed a lawsuit against Carr with the Los Angeles County Superior Court, advising that Carr reunited on a recording deal. Wow. I had no idea. Carr signed a contract on December 7, 2004 when he was 17. He was already arguing that Carr had the right to cancel the Voyager's agreements. Wow. That was signed for the minor. Wow. Carr's siblings started the reality show House of Cards. Ran from October to November 2006 on E! Wow. Series focused on all 5 Carr's siblings, reuniting to live in the same house. In 2009-2013, Dancing with the Stars returned to touring. In 2009, Carr joined season 9 of Dancing with the Stars. He was partnered with Karna. I can't pronounce his name, sorry. They finished in 5th place. During this time, he had released some music online. He is going to single Dance With Me featuring Florita. Anyway, on January 23rd, 2011, Carr's manager, Johnny White, something like that, announced that Carr entered a treatment facility to heal some emotional and spinal issues he was dealing with. Wow. After entering the facility, Carr's first message to his fans was, the main thing that his life is not to be afraid of this being human. On February 10th, 2011, it was announced that Carr had successfully completed a month of rehab at the Bay Fork Center in Rancho Maria, California. Wow. On November 7th, 2011, Carr began starring in off-Broadway production roles which is my musical, The Fantastics, at the Sabambo Center Theater in New York City. Carr was cast in the role of Matt, the play's central character. In January 2012, Carr was one of the 8 celebrities participating in the Food Network's reality series Rachel vs. Guy Celebrity Cook-Off. He was eliminated in the first episode. In 2013, Carr was kicked off with the first tour in 8 years, the After Party Tour. The tour ran from February to December 2013 and included 150 shows in the United States and Canada, 2014 to 2022. The Music Never Stopped, Love, and Blacklist. In June 2014, Carr went on the 11-city Canadian tour, during which he performed new songs for his upcoming album. Carr has also announced he would be in marketing on a worldwide tour, marketing the Wonderful World Tour, naming the songs that Wonderful World offered his upcoming album. Wow. The tour also includes 50 dates and ran from September 2014 until January 2015. In July of 2015, Carr appeared on Good Day LA, which he performed Oh We, a single that featured Pat Solo. Wow. On February 2015, Carr released an EP featuring SoundCloud titled "Music Never Stop" on January 31st, 2016. Excuse me, okay, but Carr released his new music video for Curious under the name Kid Carr, co-directed by NBM or something like that. Mias, Michael, D. Myro, Benson, and himself. Yes. In April 2016, Carr released the single Fool's Gold. Another single sooner or later was released on January 2017. Both songs appear on the EP Love, released in February 2017. Wow. Written by Carr, John Asher, something like that, I don't know. Melanie, Vanya, Tara, Lake Street, Louise, Alexson, and Michael Schultz, something like that. Produced and intently released by Carr on his new venture, Raucous Records. And the album's same name was released in his fifth studio album on February 16, 2018. 2 days after Carr's death, his final album, Blacklist, was released off of musical platforms. Wow. Personal life and death. There's going to be a lot of things about his personal life going on. Relationships going like this, okay? As a teenager, Carr dated several high-profile celebrities, including Harry Duff and Elizabeth McGuire, and Lizzie Lohan from Freaky Friday and things like that. But anyway, on September 17, 2006, at the age of 18, Carr became engaged to former beauty queen and Playboy model Carrie-Anne Penske, something like that. He posed to her on a stage while performing in the Palms Casino concert in Las Vegas. Carr broke up the engagement after 6 days, stating the decision was proposed with some motive. Wow. He began dating Madison Parker in 2016, and they broke up in August 2017. Carr came up as bisexual. Wow. It's gay-ish. Anyway. On August 5th, 2017, through Twitter. Later that year, December 18th, he made a guest appearance on the podcast LGBTQ&A. Wow. This book discussed both his career and sexuality. He confirmed his bisexuality publicly at least one other occasion. Okay. But said in his past relationships were with women. Carr and his son were born November 22nd, 2021. The Carr and then fiance Melanie Martin. Wow. Fiancés. Okay. Okay. Makes sense. According to the California Child Actors Bill, Carr's parents were supposed to have put 50% of his earnings of a Google account. Per Carr, I got like $2 million when I turned 18 years old. Wow. I should have at least $20 million in my account. After he turned 18 in 2005, Carr learned that he owned $4 million in taxes lens. On November 23rd, 2013, anyway, Carr filed for bankruptcy petition to shed more than $3.5 million in debt, mostly taxes owned from the money made at the height of his popularity. Wow, when he was a minor. The petition said that Carr owned the Internet Revenue Service $1.3 million in back taxes for the sitcom in 2003. Carr claimed that his earnings has helped his parents purchase 15 houses, and 30 cars. Wow, this is going to be a lot of time for this. Anyway, however, he did not get a portion of profits that his parents sold the properties. He also revealed that his father had shot a .44 Magnum near his ear. Do you have to do that? Okay, whatever. Which caused him to get 70% death in his 1 year. order to consider him sign a $256 million check. Wow. Carr sold him the tax debt in 2014. In February 2019, Carr purchased a home in Rochester, California. In March 2020, Carr set up an OnlyFans account. Wow. Which is popular to the adult entertainment industry to make money. Wow. The Carr began charging $50 to $100 per nude photos. Wow. It's too much. And $26 a month. Wow. Pink News stated that the prices are steep. And the content is bizarre. Wow. Well, Carr stated the reviews are, Aaron Carr's OnlyFans page are in and they're not good. Exactly, Query. Good job. Anyway, his help began in September 2017 when Carr appeared on The Doctors, a syndicated health-focused talk show, to discuss public attention generated by his job appearance and drug-related arrests. Series of tests revealed Carr was not suffering from cancer and sexuality transmitted disease, but he did have a coronary infection. Wow. Will be signed over the weekend emerge system. Carr tested negative for illegal drugs. Wow. But he tested positive a mixture of, okay, I can't pronounce that. Sorry. Okay, these are the words I cannot pronounce. Sorry. Positivity, dangerous commission of these are the words I cannot. Medications that Carr said that he took it for exogenous sleep. Yes. Anyway, Carr was then monetized and underweight. Excuse me. Anyway, 150 pounds, 52 kilograms, at 6 feet. Excuse me. Jesus. 1.8 meters. It was advertised to enter a drug rehabilitation program and retained under medical care. He was later admitted himself to Owl House, a treatment center in Malibu, California. In February 2018, he was reported employment that his weight was 760 pounds, 73 kilograms. In 2019, Carr and his mother, Jane, appeared in the TV reality series Marriage Boot Camp Family Edition. The series focuses on attempt to repair strained relationships through unconventional therapy. In virtual appearances on The Doctors in 2019, Carr disclosed that he had been diagnosed with both. Okay, that's word I cannot pronounce. Sorry. And disorder. Wow. It saddens me. I know. Legal issues. On February 21st, 2008, Carr was arrested in Kimball County, Texas, when he was pulled over for speed and overeat found less than 2 ounces of mercury in his car. Wow. On July 15th, 2017, Carr was arrested again in my home state. What? Wow. On suspension for driving under the influence and mercury charges. Jesus. On October 19, 2021, Carr agreed to plead no contest of signing driving. It was placed in the prohibition and among under conditions when it was ordered to perform community service to pay $1,500 in court fees and fines. August 12, 2019, Carr was granted recommendations and ordered against his ex-girlfriend, Russian model Lena Valentina. Wow. She reportedly threatened to stab him. Jesus. On March 29, 2020, Carr's girlfriend, Millian Martin, was arrested in Los Angeles following an illegal domestic violence incident against him. Jesus. Now, for conversations like this, that's my next step, and then we'll get to this stuff. I don't know. I don't even know. Anyway, Carr has a tenuous relationship with his siblings, and was made to spot views and play out in social media. In September 2019, Carr made allegations of I'm not gonna say the next one. Sorry, abuse against his sister Wesley. Wow, saddens me, I know. Who died of drug overdose in 2012. Saddens me, I know. Saying that his abuse began when he was 10 years old. And Emily was 13. I don't know. And it occurred that Leslie was supposed to take her prescribed medications or her disorder. Wow. He also encouraged his brother Nick of long abuse, and implied that Nick was also abused of a female family member. Nick's legal team denied the regulations, which came after Nick and their sister Angel. Sharp retaliation orders against Carr, who reportedly confessed that he had thoughts of killing Nick's pregnant wife, Larry Carr. Why? In January 2020, the same month and year that one of my inspirations, Jim Blair, passed away. But anyway, let's get to that. But anyway, German artist Jonas, I can't pronounce his last name, sorry, tweeted that Carr was making unauthorized use of Jay's copyrighted artwork to promote merchandise. Carr replied on Twitter that Jonas Jay's should have taken it compliant, something like that. Following the incident, Jordan was interviewed by Forbes, stated he was very amazed by Carr's response. In June 2021, Carr agreed to pay him, I can't pronounce it, $12,500. Jesus. In August 2021, Carr announced that performing in the Los Angeles production of Naked Boy Singing. Wow. He let go before the show's debut, before he refused to be vaccinated for COVID-19. Wow. He died on November 5th, 2022. Carr died in his home in Manchester, California. He was 34 years old. His body was found in the bathtub by a housekeeper. The artist's body was performed, but cause of his death was inferred pending by a toxicology report. Jesus. That's just saddens me, I know. And it was shocking to see the least, but, you know. Anyway, that was last week. My next step topic has to do with Bill Treacher, who also died that week. Last week. Anyway, Bill Treacher, better known as William Charles Treacher, was an English actor who was best known for portraying the role of Arthur Flower in the BBC One soap opera EastEnders, okay? From 1995 to 96. The first person to be cast for the show. Wow. He was born in Dagenham, England. Essex, my dad. He grew up in York, Waltham Cross. Spent much of his childhood in the East End of London. Okay? He attended King's Road GMI School in Waltham Cross and worked as a partner at Waltham Cross Station. Wow. Excuse me. Anyway, after his national service in the Royal Air Force, he worked as a steward and with P&Os, where he saved enough money to attend drama school. His career began with his theater. After graduating Weber Douglas Academy of Dramatic Arts, he was made his West End debut in 1963 with a comedy Shop for Love at the vaudeville theater. Several successful West End schools followed. His television, he was then moved to television drama, making an appearance in a number of classic series in the 1970s, including Grandchild, Westy House, something like that, Westy House, something like that, Minor, Professionals, Dixon of Doc Reed, Z Cars, and the eventualist Christie Hour, something like that. I don't know. He also appeared in bit-part television roles several times during the 1970s, including the police drama, the Sweeney episode called Selected Target, and as a sailor in the Dad's Army episode, Man for the Deep. In the 1975 episode, as all in the episode of the comedy series Bless the House, entitled The Phantom Pose Winner. Wow. In 2006, he was guest starring role in the ITV police drama The Bill. He also appeared in Scary Car in the episodes Custody in December 2007. Now, EastEnders began in late '84. Treacher was the first actor to be cast in the BBC soap opera EastEnders, appearing in the first episode on February 19th, 1985, as Albert Flower. Wow. A role he played in the next 11 years. The co-creators, Tony Howard and Julia Smith, also scripted the character with Treacher in mind. He said in 2015 that he had, eventually resolved to sign up with the show and met that long hours in Seattle, coming for his family's home in Suffolk. Okay, but that would he wanted due to the chances of steady income. Okay, he received much critical acclaim for the role, especially for this portrayal of his character medical decline and subsequent nervous breakdown. The character also endured a succession of misfortunes, which included two short spells in prison, a permanent struggle with unemployment, his daughter Michelle's Susan Tolley pregnancy at the age of 16, his son's Mark Todd Carey diagnosed with HIV positive, something like that. I don't know. We'll see. And the midlife crisis, we have the affair with Christine Hillett, Elizabeth Power, which also almost broke up with his marriage to Pauline Wendy Richard portrayed her. Anyway, by 1995, year I was born. Anyway, Treacher has requested that he will be written out in the series. Stated, by the time I finished, even the sound that the theme music was making me feel ill, I feel depressed. He also stated in the 2003 BBC documentary, interviewing past stars in the show, that he felt compelled to leave at advancing age. He said the stress was a grueling schedule, working long hours on the show that was affecting his health. And the doctors told him that he did not want to leave the job soon, and it will kill him. Wow. Okay. The films began when he appeared in several films, most notably Pop Pirates in 1984, The Musketeer in 2001, Tales of the Mummy in 1998, and finally George and the Dragon in 2004. Now in radio, he is also an accomplished radio actor and appeared in the BBC Radio 4 play The Day, Bridging A Home by John Peacock, and based on a true story by the fight of a SN couple, Anna and Jack Wallace, but to get rid of their son's body brought home from Eden. Wow, an encouraging fight for the rights of British services, personal whatever now. So he also played the role of the other Jack Wallace, and play also includes other ex-EastEnders actors, Tilly Vosborough and Brodor, Todd Corey, and Joe Osborne. Now, advertisements in 1973, he appeared in a British television commercial for the Austin and Gario model car. In 1983, he later appeared in another British television commercial, this time for Colgate toothpaste, where he played with the Gloucester, I pronounced it. Anyway, in 1984, he was a brief freer, okay, in the Towers of London to Paul Hogan's towards the British television commercial for Foster's Laggers, something like that. I don't know. We'll see. Now, personal life and death. He was married to Australian actress Catherine Casey, and they have 2 children. Well, not to say why, but anyway, they have 2 children. Jamie, who is also an actor, and Sophie, a production assistant. They live in Suffolk. In 2015, Treacher told the press that he suffered asphyxia. How about that? Anyway, okay. I can't pronounce this word. Sorry. A disease that involves poor mass muscle control, hereditary balance, and ability to walk. He said that he he could fully retire, and he has sometimes had to rely on a wheelchair for mobility. He also said that he will no longer watch EastEnders, calling it a load of old rubbish these days. He died from COVID-19 and pneumonia in hospital in Auschwitz, Sawbuck, on November 5th, 2022. He was 92 years old. In the statement announcing his death, his family confirmed that Treacher's health has been worrying for some time. His former EastEnders co-stars, Julian Dreyfus, Woodlett, and Julia Dean paid tribute to him. My next topic has to do with Michael Butler, better known as Michael Butler. He was an American theatrical producer, best known for bringing his rock musical Hair, and from the public theater to Broadway in 1968. But during this time of Hair, he was dubbed the hippie millionaire by the press. Wow. His other Broadway production credits include the play Lenny in 1971 and the musical Reggae in 1980. He was born in Chicago in a wealthy family. In the early 19th century, his ancestors started a paper comedy on the Fox River in state called Illinois. It's a private paper for the U.S. Congress. Wow, makes sense anyway. But anyway, the business was later moved to Chicago, where he was at one time one of the city's oldest family-owned businesses anyway. Which later thrown into diary, raging allegations like that. Butler's father helped found the village of Oak Brook, Illinois, the Oak Brook Polo Club. Okay, he was a godson of Torrin Power, and it was in his early 20s. He lived with Power. Wow, and his wife, actress Linda Kristen. Okay. So Power's friend, film director Edmond Golding, he befriended the Kennedy family, possibly John F. Kennedy, that is. Now, John F. Kennedy, when I talked about him, he was inspired. He got the assassination with Robin and Jim, first inspired me to make films, TV shows over the years. That was what I was talking about. But anyway, Butler and John F. Kennedy often socialized in Heisenport, Greenwich Village, and Newport, Rhode Island. Now, as I mentioned about John F. Kennedy, he later became president of the United States. Okay, that's just me. But anyway, his early career began when he served as special advisor to then Senator John F. Kennedy, formerly known as president, and now he assassinated at the time in 1963. It's been like nearly 60 years. Wow. Anyway, on the Middle East, the counselor of the Lincoln Academy, the Consummation of the Port of Chicago, the president of the organization of the Economic Development of Illinois, the assistant to Illinois Governor Al Carter Jr. and the president of the Illinois Sports Council. He was the vice candidate to DuPage County in the state Senate. Now, Hare began, this is something he did right after Kennedy died. But anyway, in 1967, Bud was preparing for the return of the U.S. Senate when he began to discuss the Vietnam War. When a young student who works in the garden in his home. And the result of these decisions, Bud was developed an anti-war focus. Later that year in New York City, when the business related to Curtis Jr. Commission about civil disorders. He attended the show Hair at the public theater, knowing that the strong anti-war statement, decided to obtain the rights to the show. Wow. Hair opened in Broadway in April 1968, featuring the late Meatloaf, that is. It became a huge success, and running for 1,750 performances. Wow. And later made other productions, okay? But at the time, the Broadway production was closed in 1932. Broadway had to oversee non-national productions and 19 international productions. Now, this addition began when, around the time his first association with Hair, Butler became a potential advocate, something like that. Before the 1968 Democratic National Convention in Chicago, he arranged a meeting between Chicago Mayor Richard Daley and Abby Mothman, recommended that the party create the Yippee Vote. Yippee Vote, someone out. Well, he held cause meetings in Oak Brook, Illinois, in the summer of 1969, with Tom Summers, it was H, not the T, what I should mention. Anyway, Pierre Yaw and Black Panther Fred Hampton. Something like that. Sorry. Among others, both donated hundreds of thousands of dollars to left-leaning causes. It was on Richard Nixon's enemies list. Jesus. Anyway, personal life. He dated Candace Bergen. Wow. That, I mean, that's his last name. Sorry. First and last name. Sorry. And Aubrey Hepburn, whom he had a relationship in the early 1950s, before marriage with Demel Furr. Wow. Butler was involved in the Hepburn, accepting the role of the New York production of the play Ardine. Wow. When she worked with Furr not long before marrying him. He had a son, Adam, from his 1962 marriage to Lost Citizen Had. Wow. He died on November 7th, 2022 in Santa Barbara, California. He was 95 years old. Jesus. My next topic has to do with Leslie Phillips, okay? Best known as Leslie Samuel Phillips, CBE, better known as, or the British Empire, okay? And was an English actor, director, producer, and author. He achieved prominence in the 1950s, playing smooth, upper-class comic roles of sewing his ding dong and hello catchphrases. He appeared in the Carry On and Dr. House film series, as well as a long-running BBC radio comedy series, Navy Larks, something like that. In his later career, Phillips took on giant parts, including the BAFTA dramatic roles alongside Pierre O'Toole and Vanya. In 2006, he provided the voice of the Story Hat in the Harry Potter films. He was born in Tottenham on April 20th, 1924, the third child to Julia Margaret Newlove and Frederick Samuel Phillips, okay? He works at Glover and Maine, okay? Managers of cookers of, in Mossian, okay? He was described as street as beyond the sonic reach of ball bells, within the general footprint of. I can't pronounce that. Sorry. In 1931, the family moved to Chingford, wherever this was. But anyway, where Phillips attended Oxford Primary School. Okay, what it was. But anyway, consequently, Phillips has described himself as both a Cockney and the Essex boy. In 1945, his father died at 44. And suffered a weak heart and osmania brought in by a filthy smells air of the factory. Wow. After his father's death, Phillips was sent to the Andre College Academy and his mother's assistance. Wow. Makes sense. There he attended drama, dance, and nobly a combination into Lewis's Cockney accent. Wow. At the time, a rational accent was considered a measurement to be a aspiring actor. Phillips took time to refine his sorry about that, everyone. But anyway, his achieved foundation accent, which means British. But anyway, and later the square, the biggest coordination lessons became from mixing the people who sound right, people in the tribunal circles, and the officers, masses during the war. He left school at 14 in 1938. His early work and career began when Phillips made his stage debut in 1937 as Wolf and Peter Pan, alongside Anne Neagle. I'm not sure she was Wendy at the time, but let me check the new top C. Okay. Stage show. 1947. Let me see. Oh, man. That is a lot to deal with. Okay, I'm skipping this. Moving on. Anyway. Okay. In 1938 to 1939 season, he was promoted to the roles of John Dory. Wow. Alongside Gene Forbes Robertson as Peter, and Samuel Hicks as Captain Hook. Wow. And alongside adding a lot of Phillips to earn extra money. Wow. For his family, which he had struggled financially after his father's death. Wow. He made his first film appearance in 1948 musical comedy, Lassie from Manchester. Wow. Makes sense in any way. Anyway, that's him becoming a child actor. Anyway, he made further uncredited appearances, including Climate High in 1938 and The Mackerel in 1939. Wow. Among the earliest films made at Pinewood Studios, among the same version of studios in 2006, Phillips considered himself one of the earliest actors to have worked there and still alive and working. A minor part of Alien Studios, the Proud Valley in 1940, afforded Phillips the chance to work alongside Paul Robeson, something like that, who he greatly admired. Wow. Oh, wow. In the early years of Second World War, like World War II, for example, Phillips worked at the West End for Fear Royal Haymarket, for Bingo Beaumont, and H.M. Tennant. The shows were frequently interrupted by air raid sirens. Wow. And Phillips may recall by that audience when operate in hazardous cellars or underground stations. Called up the British Army in 1942. Phillips rose in the ranks of Lance Bombardier in the Royal Artillery due to his Barbarian upper class accent. Okay. He was selected for officer trained at. Okay, I haven't announced this word, sorry. And Sharek, someone that I don't know. We'll see what happens. Anyway. And Dewey commission, someone that I don't know. And the second returned at the Royal Artillery in 1943. Someone that I don't know. He was transported in Durham Light February 1944. Was later declared unfit to service just before D-Day, after being diagnosed with non-usual coordination that caused partial pirate race. So I announced it. Sorry. He was initially sent to a provincial hospital in Air before moving to correct gradually for treatment. Wow. Demoted as a lieutenant in December 1944. Phillips' acting career eventually looked in the marks of infested of playhouses and music halls in North England. He resumed his career as a film player and making accredited appearances in commercial and power and press burgers. Goes by the name of Red Shoes, both 1948. Wow. Makes sense. His really well in television serial was in a sitcom called My Wife Jack. I can't pronounce that. Sorry. In 1952. His big break in the films was in the Gene Kelly musical Less Girls in 1957. Of all the films were a critical success, it decided against the move to Hollywood. Wow. And part of the Sir himself probably the fear how actor did not want to become a poor man's David Niven. Wow. He began appearing in character roles in British comedy films such as Brothers in Law and Smallest Show on Earth, both in 1957. In 1959, Phillips was cast in the minor roles as Jack Bell in Carry On Nurse, the second of Carry On's film series. Wow. The character's explanation of Ding Dong in the let's see here, film became a popular catchphrase for Phillips. He became strongly associated with the smooth talking, rhymes and twirls, and catchphrase Ding Dong, I say, and hello enter common usage in the United Kingdom. Phillips commanded his image in two further Carry On films, such as Carry On Teacher in 1959 and Carry On Constable in 1960. Foretelling producer Peter Rogers that he did not wish to appear anymore. Carry On director Gerald Thomas cast Phillips in several other comedy films. Please Turn Over in 1959 features Phillips as Dr. Henry Myers, a respectful family doctor portraying the Polanders in the book written by a 17-year-old Joe Holiday, portrayed by Julia Rockwood. Okay. While he plays father David Robinson opposite Joanne McEwen in No Kid in 1960, which is good enough. Between 1959 and 1977, Phillips became familiar on radio as Lieutenant Phillips and in the comedy film The Navy Lark, alongside John Pertwee, something I don't know, and Ronnie Barker. Sorry about that, my nose is keep running. But anyway, he's also appeared in the film version of the Navy Lark in 1959. Okay, that's a stage play. But anyway, comedy. But anyway, next. Anyway, only cast member of the radio show series to do so. But anyway, in 1960, Phillips was cast in Doctor in Love, the fourth film in the comedy series, and first without Dirk. I can't pronounce that. Sorry. It starts with B. Anyway, he appeared in two virtual installments: Doctor in Clover in 1966 and Doctor in Trouble in 1970. He also appeared in several comedy films directed by Ken Agnew. Something like that. I pronounce it. Sorry. I've been cast alongside his Doctor co-stars James Robinson Justice, including Very Important Person in 1961, Ways in the One the same year, and Clark's Anonymous in 1962. Same year, 1962, he and Justice starred with Sandy Baxter in Atkinson's film Fast Lady, one of Burton's biggest box office hits of the year. A little sequel, Father Came To, followed in 1964. During the 60s, Phillips appeared on television in two plays, penned by comedy writing team Jobin and Simpson, okay? In plays up Broadway of the part of the Comedy Playhouse in 1953 as the son of Suit, something like that, and the Suit in 1990 episode Jobin and Simpson Comedy. The latter that was developed in the full series 4 years later, causing in 1973, starring Phillips, the composer, the producer, Henry Newhouse. Okay? The programmee was poorly received and attracted criticism from Mary Whitehouse of the National Viewers and Listeners Association of Wesley Content. Okay? His later work began with, by the time of his marriage with Andrew Sawyer in 1982, wow. Phillips considered his Sauvé, something like that. Waitress roles to be a bit of a rut. Looked like a branch out into dramatic roles. Eventually admired the part of Africa in 1985. Featuring larger roles in Steven Spielberg's film Pirate of the Sun in 1987. Played a prisoner of war in the film. Phillips lost more than just 2 stone. Wow. Sorry about that, everyone, but I'm trying to get my best here. Anyway, he began busy as a character actor in both stage and television productions, including Scandal in 1989, Laura Croft Tomb Raider in 2001. In 1992, he returned to the Carry On series as a poorly received Carry On Columbus. Phillips also portrayed the voice of a Story Hat in the Harry Potter films, such as Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, known in the United States as the Sorcerer's Stone in 2001. Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets in 2002, and the final film he was doing, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2 in 2011. Phillips also appeared in the British television sitcoms, including Honey for Tea with Fesley Kendall. Appeared on the guest roles in popular series such as The Bill, Holby C, and Midsummer's Murderers. In 2006, he played veteran actor Ian alongside Pierre O'Toole and Habs Karzinski, something like that, in film Venus. Wow. For this role, he was nominated for the BAFTAs for Best Supporting Actor in 2007. Phillips' autobiography, Hello, was published by Orbit in 2006. He was appointed officer for the British Empire in 1998 birthday honors. Wow. Makes sense anyway. It was promoted to commander of the British Office Empire, CBE, in 2008 New Year's honors. Wow. Phillips' integration with Jules Williams and Backdoor Productions co-produced the Sky Arts lit series Living the Life, which ran for 3 series and ended in 2013. He continued to act until 2012 and continued to make television appearances until 2015 when it was reviewed on the BBC One programming VE Day, Remembering Victory. Personal life. He married his first wife, actress Penelope, if I pronounce it, Bartry, in 1925 until 1981. So I don't know. We'll see. On May 30th, 1948, the couple had 4 children. In 1962, Phillips began a relationship with actress Caroline Mortimer, daughter of writer Penelope Mortimer. Wow. And stepdaughter of John Mortimer, which started a stage play with Phillips starring. Phillips and Bartley separated at the point where they divorced in 1965. After this relationship with Mortimer ended, Phillips embarked in a relationship with Australian actress Vicky Luke. Wow. Wow, same name as my name. And this is her last name? I don't know. With whom he lived for how many? 3 years. Okay, makes sense. Anyway, he moved in with actress Angela Squire in 1977, which at the time she was pregnant with another actor. He raised her son as his own. But while touring into Australia in 1981, he was notified that Bartley has died in a fire. Jesus. He notified that okay. Phillips chose to continue in the production and did not attend her funeral. Wow. He later acknowledged that his family have never forgiven him for the decision. Phillips married Scollier in 1982, and in 1992, Scollier was suffered bipolar disorder, and the suicide was not cessation. Wow. She died on April 11, 2011, after drinking a closet drain cleaner, suffering of survival, 40% burns in her throat, body, cardiac tract. She had suffered from bone cancer, and although she was later declared cancer-free, but she became anxious that the cancer was returned. Phillips is too ill to attend the adequate funeral to the Scolier's death 3 months later. The coroner was ruled that Scolier's death was not suicide, but rather that she had killed herself while the balance of her mind was disturbed. Phillips received the Freedom of the City of London on November 16, 2010. Phillips and Scollier Tottenham Hotspur. It was made appearance as part of the halftime entertainment during the team's home match against Swansea City on April 1st, 2012. On December 20th, 2013, at the age of 89, Phillips married his first wife, Zara Carr. He suffered 2 strokes 6 months apart at the age of 90. After long illness, he died at his home in London on November 7, 2022. He was 98 years old. Now, my next death topic has to do with game show death topic, and it is Norman Barndale. Now, who is he, may ask? Now, he's a producer of the game show called Concentration. Now, and he was there from 1958 until 1973. Now, the show began, and he was a producer known for Concentration, One Arena in 1955, and Winky Dinky and You in 1953. And let me see the bio real quick, and I'll just read it for you. But anyway, and he died on September 23rd, 2022 at Long Island, New York. I'm not sure how. He was 97 years old. I have to check privately what's been going on, but yeah, that was my bio, and that is it. My next death topic has to do with Fred Hickman. Okay, born Frederick Hickman. He was an American sports broadcaster with CNN, TBS, Yes Network, and ESPN. He was later the anchor and managing editor for this evening newscast and African American new cable news channel, Black News Channel, that is. Anyway, Hickman was the original co-host of the CNN show Sports Tonight in 1980. He received Cable Ace Awards in 1989 and 1993. He was a New York Sports Academy Award winner in 2004. He was born on October 17, 1956 in Springfield, Illinois, and George Henry and Louise Whitford Hickman. He graduated from Springfield Southeast High School in 1974, then attended Cole College in Clare, Illinois, Iowa, something like that. I don't know. And from 1984 to 1988, where he earned a Bachelor of Science in Psychology. While there, he worked with the low-power KCOE FM radio station. In 1977, he began his professional radio broadcasting career as a news anchor for WWAM in Grand Rapids, Ohio. After leaving Cold College, he moved back to his hometown in Springfield, Illinois, to work at his radio station at WKFMBAM, where he was responsible for playing country music. Wow. In February 1978, at age 21, he began an anchor and sports director at the Springfield, Tennessee station WICS-TV. He stayed there until May 1980. Wow. Where he worked for CNN and TBS. In 1980, Hitman joined the young cable television company Turner Broadcasting System at TBS in Atlanta, Georgia. Working there with Nick Charles as part of the four-person sports department of the cable company's cable news company network, CNN, that is. The duo took the air on June 1st, 1980. It's also CNN Sports Tonight, a nightly sports wrap-up show in which Hitman and Charles poured, I did not know what to do next. Anyway, poured scores and events. Showed highlights of college and professional games. It was led to play of the day. The shows the nightly rivals of ESPN's Sports Centers, which Hitman later joined. In 1984, Hitman bravely left CNN to serve as a sports anchor for WDIV, the NBC athlete for Detroit, Michigan. He served as anchor and beat reporter for the MLB's Detroit Tigers, and a boxing specialist from June 1984 to May 1985. In November 1986, he returned to TBS to serve as a co-anchor with Nick Charles at CNN Sports Illustrated. He remained with CNN until September 2001, and was there served as the host of both the NBA and NFL's pre-games and post-game shows, commentator for Atlanta Hawks, and the co-host of the Olympic Wintership Games in Abbeville, France in 1992. The Olympic Winter Games in Lillehammer's, Norway. Wow. 94. The 94 Goodwill Games in St. Petersburg, Florida. Russia. Excuse me. St. Petersburg, Russia. I thought it was Florida, but it's not. But anyway. In 99, Hitman was part of the news story where he later reported the Millennium celebration in New York during CNN's coverage of the event. Hitman also served as master of ceremonies, speaker and guest panelist at the Buck Curtis Award and A. Robinson Award, as well as the narrator TBS accommodations to Bob Bard's National Geographic specials, including the recovery of the Titanic. Okay. During the tenure, Hitman caused a controversy when he cast his first place vote, the 2000 NBA Most Valuable Player Award for Allen Iverson. Wow. Him was the sole voter who did not cast his first place vote that year for Shaquille O'Neal. Thus presented O'Neal for claiming the honor to be the first unanimous MVP of NBA in the history of the war. Iverson finished 7th in the voting. The Yes Network. Edmund left Atlanta in October 2001 to join the New York City-based Yes Network for the 2002 launch. It was the original anchor for hosting the pre-game and the post-game shows for the New York Yankees. If you're watching some of the people out there in New York Yankees, maybe like telecast. While there, he hosted pre-games and post-game shows for New Jersey Jets, New Jersey Nets, something like that. Cable cast, anyway. As well as the Yankees magazine. He remained as Yes on until November 2004. ESPN. In late 2004, at the completion of 3 baseball seasons and 2 NBA seasons with the Yes Network, Hitman left to join ESPN in Bridgewater, Connecticut. During his tenure at ESPN, Hitman hosted ESPN splash shows including Sports Center, Baseball Tonight, ESPN Classic, NBA Shoot Around, and NBA Coast to Coast. He also appeared as fill-in host of ESPN Radio and briefly hosted ESPN News. Hitman left the network in May 2008. Fox Sports. Hitman joined the host of the Braves Live and post games shows for 2009-2010 seasons for the Fox Sports South, based in Atlanta, Georgia. He hosted the In My Own Words interview show. Other. In September 2010, Fred Hitman formed Fred Hitman Communications Incorporated. The company provides broadcasters, something like that, I don't know. Broadcasting training for retired athletes and media training service for athletes, okay? Coaching, staff, and sports industry for office professional, something like, I don't know, we'll see. Hitman also worked as a speaker, spokesperson, event host, voiceover artist, and narrator. Wow. WVUE. In August 2011, Fred Hickman resigned from Fox Sports South to begin become the new sports director for WVUE, a Fox affiliate for New Orleans. WVLA. In August 2015, Hickman joined WVLA TV's Next's NBC, Nexstar, something like that, NBC's athlete in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and as a news anchor. He stayed there until his departure in July 2018. WDVL. Let's try to say this several times fast. But anyway, in August 2018, he came over to WVLA TV, joined sister station WVLM TV in Hagerstown, Maryland. According to the station's website, he was news anchor and producer. Honors. Hitman was nominated for Cable Ace Awards for cable excellence, okay? For actually, sports halls every year from 1988 until 1993. When in 1999 to 1993, he was named, I can't pronounce that, sorry, sportscaster, I can't even say the S word, sorry, sportscaster for the U.S. Television Fan Association. He was New York Sports and Emmy Award winner in 2004. He was at the Springfield Sports Hall of Fame in 2007. Wow. Hitman died of liver cancer at a hospital in Kissimmee, Florida, on November 9th, 2022, shortly after his 66th birthday. Wow. My next step topic has to do with Gladiator, okay? Born as Leo Anthony Gladiator Jr. Okay? Mazlashvi, the stage name is Gladiator, okay? Was a American comedian who best began work as one of the most regular comic performers in the 1980s with his prop and unmeasurable routines that would include the signature of the act and smashing as a watermelon on stage and with a sledgehammer. Wow! Whoa! Wow! Okay, whatever. For more than 30 years, he played between 100 and 200 shows a year. Destroyed tens of thousands of melons in a sledgehammer he called Sledge-O-Melon. He was born on Fort Bragg, North Carolina, on July 24th, 1946, to a family of Irish and chronic heart stage. Wow. Until the age of 9, he lived in Warren, Ohio. Because of his asthenia, the family moved to South Tampa, Florida, where he attended H.B. Plant High School. He wanted to graduate from University of South Florida to graduate engineering degree in 1970. He minored in English literature. Well, first of all, I didn't know he was going to do Smash Woman and Sledgehammer. Okay, makes sense. Now, His career began when after college, Gladiator began working on the comic musician Jim Stafford's role manager. Wow. He and Gladiator, they both traveled to California in 1969, during which time Gladiator decided to perform himself. He began hiring his own comedy act while figuring both the Comedy Store and the Ice House, that is. He performed twice in The Tonight Show when Johnny Carson was hosting at the time, though Carson was disliked the pop. First of all, why Johnny? Secondly, you're, I don't know. Anyway, he first appeared on the show on December 5th, 1975 when he demonstrated his pop. Tonight Show Home Game. And again, May 9th, 1979. He also performed several times in the show when guest host was filling in with Johnny Carson. Wow. He also made an appearance on Mike Douglas' show and the Merv Griffin show. He also made several appearances at Playboy clubs. His first comedy show special, An Uncensored Evening, was the first comedy stand-up special ever to air on cable television. In contrast to other popular stand-up comics of the era who translated to sitcoms and movie roles, he also remained the most part of the charting comedian. Wow, he was, okay. He once noted that most performed 200 shows a year for 35 years. Per Confederate magazine, he did over 3,500 live shows for the course of his career. Wow. Running for governor as an independent for 2003 California Gladiators by call election. He finished 16th out of the 135 candidates with 5,466 votes. Conflict with brother. In the early 90s, his younger brother Ron asked him for permission to perform shows using his trademark /manic routine. Leo granted his permission on condition that Ron, who share a strong likeness to Leo. Makes sense anyway. Okay. Who share a strong anyway. His manager clarified the promotional materials that it was Ron Gladiator, not Leo Gladiator, who was performing at the time. Ron typically performed in venues smaller than those in which Leo Gladiator Jr. performed. After several years, Ron began promoting his act as Gladiator 2. Yeah, 2 LLTWO. Or, those are the things. Yeah, that or that. That's just me. Anyway. In some entrance, Ron's act was promoted in a way that left unclear that the fact that he was not an original Gladiator. This and Ron's offstage troubles was left to the stain at Leo's relations as well. Jesus. Leo initially responded that the request only of his brother not use a scheduled mag routine. First of all, Jesus. Secondly, why? Anyway, Ron nonetheless continued the tour as Gladiator. Wow. 2. Someone dies using a routine. In August 2000, Leo used to sue his brother for trademark violations and false advertising. Wow. The courts using immunity sided with Leo. Granted exaggeration abomination, Ron was performing a act that abomination his brother in some small clubs and venues. This abomination also prevented Ron from initially bearing lacking to likeness to Leo. Jesus. Anyway, comedy style. His signature statue was a pitch to the Psycho Mag. Large wooden mallet they would use to smash a variety of food items and other objects. Culminating with a watermelon, first of all. Okay, that makes more sense. Anyway, and his dub was the flying role in the show Death Roll. Wow. Was a possibly to watermelon spray. Wow. His shows have also featured a variety of props, including a large trampoline designed for the look at like a couch. Jesus. While Sledgel Magic, something like that, was an example project pop comedy, actual pop comedy, something like that. The act itself is even its name was a parody of ads such as Rocco's Veggie Magic. Okay. Okay. A kitchen tool was heavily advertised in U.S. television for the mid 1960s to from the 1970s. Okay. He also used a poor play in his act, pointing at the in dry rages in the English language. Okay. In July 1999, he performed in the show Curtis, California, which he used stereotypes that was considered offensive towards Mexicans. First of all, why? Secondly, that didn't make any sense at all. Anyway, in January 2011, Gladiators, something like that, I don't know, I haven't announced his last name, sorry. Walk out the comedian Mark Bratwein's WTF podcast, when Mark continued to ask Gladiators about the controversial jokes after Gladiators have responded that out of a 2 or 3 hour show, there was only 5 jokes. We had heard the street, the subsequent interview that touched the incident. He was used Murray as a talking the other side of everything. In subsequent years, his routine was criticized for creating homophobia, parallel tones, and racism. Wow. In July 2012, he was featured in the television commercial for Jackal Insurance, repeating the sexual mag routine. Despite serious cardiac issues experienced in the 1960s and early 70s, something like that, I don't know. He continued to tour in the early 2020s, when the COVID-19 pandemic largely forced him to stop. Sledgel Mag. What follows varied the performance. Gladiator would usually each of the shows with the signature Sledgel Mag routine. The treasure began with the following preamble, like this. Ladies and gentlemen, I do not come here tonight just to make you laugh. I came here to sell you something. I want you to pay popular attention, okay? Amazing Master Tool Corporation. Okay. Essentially a fly-by-night industries. And the question, who? Me! Okay, makes sense. Anyway, to show you, the handless as the dandiest kitchen tool you have ever seen. Wow, okay. And don't you want to know how it works? Well, first you gotta get how the already apple. Okay, makes sense. You place the apple between the private pans. Then you reach the tool that is not a slicer, and that is the thing you're talking about, sledgehammer. That is, it's not a dicer, it's not a chopper, the hopper. What in the hell can you possibly be? The Sledgel Mag. Anyway, he would then produce a large, usually wooden mallet, measure the size of the sledgehammer, and smash it down onto the pieces, the apples, like that. Hiring chunks of produced on the audience. But people in the first several rows would usually prepare the drops and raincoats, and many comedy clubs and took great measures to cover up and protect for indoors the drops and plastic sheeting. Like, what? Anyway, audience and juries. Now, this is a sad thing, but that's just me. Given the messy nature of his shows, on some occasions, audience members sustained injuries during his performances. At a show at Coach House in St. John, Commercial, California, on September 29th, 1990. A woman in the audience was struck in the head by a heavy plush penguin that has a fire extinguisher inside it. She later sued the comedian for $13,000 in medical bills. Wow. $20,000 in lost wages and possible damages, reportedly excesses at $200,000. Wow. The case went at the trial in 1973 with the jury initially sided with him. Following the rigorous trial with he Geiger himself took the stand and reportedly got as many laughs as he would during one of the shows. President Judge William Farber Slater said, "It's 7 years suspense. I've seen a lot of characters, but not so frankly. It was irritating. It certainly wasn't boring." As a show, the Washington County Fair in Harrisburg, Oregon, on July 8th, 2010, a woman rushed the stage, slipped on dumperies, and was taken to the hospital for his injuries. Her injuries. Wow. Now, this legacy begins with this, okay? In 2004, Comedy Central rated Geiger the 100th best-selling stand-up comedian of all time. Wow. He was depleted to being the mic so low that he told Oregon, I took the other people I was trying to find anyone I have ever heard of. How could I could be behind ever I never heard of? I made 13 one-hour shows with Showtime, which are available on videotape. I then a one-man show on cable. Wow. Okay. He was portrayed by Paul F. Tompkins in the 2022 movie Weird, the Al Yankovic story, which, by the way, I've never seen before, which I have to watch very soon, but that's just me. But anyway. Announcing his death on Veterans Day, which is yesterday, his manager said that while he was at Directors, he was an undeniable talent and an American success story. Scientific study. In the 1980s, researchers at Warner University used his comedy to study laughter and fed the body, taking blood staples from 10 medical students while they watched Geiger in action. Okay? The researchers observed in the subjects white blood cells were increasing. Wow. The scientists said that laughing appearance had boosted from immune systems. His personal life began with this. He claimed that he lost his nearly all his fortune, some of it in the stock market, and joked that was broke. However, his longtime manager disputed that there's a bit of comedic exaggeration. We all need to be as broke as Leo. During a performance on March 10th, 2011, somewhere I don't know, in Western Minnesota, he was collapsed on stage, choking his chest. He was rushed to St. Mary's Hospital, where it was determined that he had suffered a minor heart attack. A year later, on March 14, 2012, just before a performance in the Roseville, Texas, he began to experience intense chest pains. His manager said the comic suffered a mild to serious heart attack again and was placed in the hospital in the medical industrial coma, which while doctors tried to demonstrate what was wrong with his heart, and replacing it two crucial stunts like that. Doctors slowly brought him out of the coma on March 18, 2012. Okay? He quickly recovered and started talking to his family. His manager, Christine Schurrier, stated that he will be breathing on his own, moving, and telling jokes. He died on yesterday. The hospital care in his home in Palm Springs, California. The cause of death was organ failure from numerous heart attacks. He was suffering over the course of his life. He was 76 years old. I'm going to check. 75? Yeah, I was right. 76. Anyway. my last death topic has to do with Kevin Conroy. Now, he was born Kevin Conroy, best known as was an American actor. Okay, he was best known as the voice behind the DC Comics superhero Batman. In various media, began in the 1990s Warner Bros. Television series Batman the Animated Series, as well as other TV series and television-related films in the DC Animated Universe. Due to the popularity of his performance as Batman, Conroy went on to voice the character for multiple films under the DC Universe animated original movies. Better, and obviously Conroy claimed Batman, Arkham, and Just video games. He was born November 30th, 1955 in Westbury, New York, into an Irish Catholic family. He moved to Westport, Connecticut when he was just about 11 years old. Conroy moved to New York City in 1973 when he earned a full scholarship to attend the Joy School's drama division, studying under actor John Houseman, while there he roomed with Robin Williams, okay, who was in the same group with both Conroy and Kelsey Grammer, who was part of the Stinky Pete in Toy Story 2 and Frasier in the Frasier movie series. Which, by the way, Frasier, that's just me. But anyway, after graduating from Gore in 1988, he toured with Houseman's acting group, the acting company. In the following year, he was on the national the Adolescence Death Trap. Okay, in 1980, in theater, his career began. Conroy decided to alter his hand and his television and moved out of California. Okay, he landed a role in the daytime soap opera Another World. Conroy began associated with the Old Globe Theater in San Diego, California, where he performed in productions of Hamlet and Midsummer's Night Dreams. Okay, dreams, something like that. I don't know. In 1980 to 1985, he had the disparity of Rap Party and Class of Year Pieces, including the Broadway production of Edward Albee's production of Warrior and Edward Standard, something like that. He told the New York Times that as a gay man living in New York City, New York at the time of AIDS epidemic, he went on to so many funerals that I feel like such a sense of organization to portray the character of the TV producer secretary living with AIDS and Eastern Standard. Now, film and television, okay? He returned to act the television in the 1985 television movie Convenant, okay? And that role on another daytime soap opera drama Search for Jamal, okay? He played gay lawyer Bart Fallman on Destiny in 1985 and 1986. He was a series regular in Ohio in 1987 and was a comedy cameo of Tour de Duty from 1987 to 1988. Before starting in a series of television movies, though initially cast in one of the show's main characters, his role in the series shows was reduced while in a film in Hawaii. He ended spending much of his time doing portrayals and tours in the Hollywood Boardwalk. Conroy's also guest starred in shows such as Cheers, Search for Jamal, Matlock, and Murphy Brown. Now, for voice acting began with, as a voice actor, he was best known for a starring role as Bruce Wayne, Batman, in the acclaimed Batman the Animated Series from 1992 to 1995. Excuse me, I had to tap the water there back then. But anyway, he continued to do voice Batman in numerous television animated spin-off projects, such as which commercially took place in which was known for the DC Animated Universe, DCAU for short. These spin-offs include the TV shows such as the new Batman Adventures 97-99, Batman Beyond 99 to 2001, which he portrays an elderly Bruce Wayne, retired from crime fighting. Wow, never knew that was coming. Justice League in 2001-2004, and Justice League Unlimited in 2004-2006, as well as the vehicle film Batman Mask of I can't pronounce that, 93. The rest of video films, Batman Mr. Freeze Sub-Zero 98, Batman Beyond, Return of the Joker in 2000, and Batman the Mystery of the Batwoman in 2003. Anyway, he also voiced Batman the character's guest appearances of DC AU's Superman the Animated Series, Side Stock, and the Project. Okay? He was also distinguished for being the first voice actor over using two distinct voices to portray Bruce Wayne Batman, which Michael Keaton was also previously done in Tim Burton's live-action Batman films, that is. In the tell you the actor's performances that includes in every episode of the movie portrayal of Batman in live-action animation, that is, Conway portrayed the character longer than any other actor. The previous record hero was Owen Saul, who voiced Batman, who was animated works between the late 1960s and the early 80s, including Super Fear episode. Oh, yeah, Super Friends. Excuse me, folks, anyway. Oh, I'm in the wrong way. Super Fear. Excuse me. Anyway, this was created by cheers and applause for emergency service professional. Many of whom have been fans of Batman the Animated Series during the era to 1990s, which I've never seen yet, but I'll get to that to watch. But anyway, he was confessed by being humbled and deeply flattered by the reaction. Wow. In preparation of the theatrical release in the 2012 live-action film, The Dark Knight Rises, he redubbed Christian Bale's Batman lines. Wow. For the animated version of one of the film's trailers. He stated in 2015 Dallas Comic Con he had been working on the next Arkham. Wow. Meaning that Rob planned story that he would respond to his role as Batman in Batman Arkham Origins. In June 2015, however, it was confirmed that Conway would not be involved in the Arkham Origins, meaning that Conway has been referred that yet an unannounced game that Rocksteady Arkham series. Wow. In March 4th, 2014, a new Arkham game that titled Batman Arkham Knight was announced with Conway responding to his role. Wow. He confirmed on Twitter on October 2015 that he had filmed a new role on Tim Daly's web series, The Daily Show. Where Conway parodies role as Batman in the fight, with Daly's parodying Superman, while Daly previously voiced in Superman the Animated Series. Wow. Conway portrayed Bruce Wayne on Earth Night in live-action the Batwoman episode of Arrowverse crossover crisis on Infinite Earths. Mark Hamill of Luke Skywalker of Star Wars franchise, Conway's frequent voice actor co-star as the Joker, spoke highly of working with Conway, regarding that his willingness to be involved in the Batman-related projects. He also said that when there's offer me roles now, I say Kevin's doing it. I know you have to read the script. If Kevin's doing it, I'll do it. He was gay, and personal life thing. He was gay. As part of DC Comics 22 Prior Street, he wrote Fighting Batman, a story that recorded his life and experience as a gay man. Okay? He received critical acclaim upon release. He was married to Brian C. Williams at the time of his death. He died at Mount Sinai Hospital in New York City from asthmatic cancer on November 10th, 2022. He was 66 years old. People who trade tribute to him include this: Mark Hamill, Tara Straw, and Andres Romeo, Clancy Brown, who portrayed Mr. Krabs SpongeBob, Luke LeMays in the episode of the Army-Navy game and Recess episode. But anyway, so forth. And of course, Paul Dina and James Gunn. Now, we're going to do the moment silence reflect regards to these 8 people I mentioned earlier. Right now. thank you. Rest in peace, these 8 people I mentioned earlier. Now, let's finish off with 3 topics I need to read. Very important, and let's do this. Anyway, every Mighty Morphin Power Rangers star returns with the Power Rangers 30th Anniversary Special, with the exception of the late Charlie Chong. Anyway, can you believe it, Ranger Nation? The Power Rangers franchise returns 30 years old next year. There has only been so many coordinated heroes over the years, but there's a big birthday bash. Many of the OG team teenagers with attitude will return to the fold to mark the milestone occasion. But it's confirmed that the episode of Power Rangers Comic Fury, the reviewed for the first season of Dino Fury, will feature a range of cast members from the original Mighty Morphin series, which ran from 1993 until 1995, the year I was born. Well, actually 96, that is. Not 95. But anyway. But 96 is where they got canceled. But anyway, 95. Anyway. Sorry about that, because Zeo came on 96. But anyway. Details in the 30th Anniversary Special includes the exact release date. It's currently fan on the ground, but clearly we'll see the Comic Fury team join forces with the legendary characters that saved the galaxy once again. Following a personal announcement earlier this month, the full lineup of returning Rangers has been now revealed. The story module was their former favorites, including Dollfinder, which I saw as a kid, and so many other people, including these. Now, as you saw in the Power Rangers on Twitter stating this, get ready for the return of some familiar faces in 2023. It's to celebrate 30 years of Power Rangers. Now, as you saw earlier, Tori Chuang was not one of them. She died in 2001, just before 9/11. Anyway, there are familiar faces we can expect in the reunion special. Here they are. David Voss, who portrayed Billy Creston. David Voss, aka Billy Creston, was the original Blue Ranger, was long serving member of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers team, being the only one to hold their own place in the group about the entire 3-season run. He even struck around the time that Unmorphed Alley in the follow-up series Zeo. His involvement in the 30th season was previously revealed along with Zach Tyler, portrayed by Walter M.O. Jones. Okay? Yes. Another member of the very first Mighty Morphin roster to return to their special occasion is Walter M.O. Jones, as Zach Tyler, the Black Ranger. Jones eventually left Mighty Morphin Power Rangers during Season 2, alongside the co-stars Aston St. John, Jason, and I'm not going to say what, but Tai Chuang, who passed away, which I said earlier. Anyway, Trinity Chuang portrayed her. But anyway. And Trini passed. But anyway, his portion of the squad was in fact taken up by Adam Park, played by Johnny Young Sposh. Okay, now he was in the reunion special back in 2007. You know, in the reunion special back in 2007 when he did Operation Overdrive at the time. But that was my theory. But anyway, his Adam Park's portrayal was a bonfire fight the Power Rangers icon. He having overheard the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Black Mandale with Zack before serving as a Green Ranger at the time in both Zeo and Turbo. He would appear in both the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers until Zeo movie and Zeo Turbo movie, something like that. Barry's return with the franchise PIP team anniversary during the Operation Overdrive. Now, when I first heard about that, I was only a teenager when this first happened, but then realized that him, Kira, when I first saw him as an 8-or-a-half-year-old. What else? I don't remember that she was a Ninja Storm. Oh yeah. Okay. That she portrayed. It's a soap opera actress. I can't remember. Sorry. Then there's two more. One was Matt. He was originally known as a Green Ranger, then a Blue Ranger, and then a Red Ranger. But SPD when I was a kid. But anyway, in Mystic Force, he was a Green Ranger. But there you go. So the Blue Ranger and Ninja Storm. Yeah, I grew up with these things when I was a kid. But anyway, those are back from 15th season when I was a kid. But anyway, I haven't seen that yet until years later. But anyway, and Steve Coladas portrayed, and Rocky DeBaz Samuels portrayed by Steve Cardenas. Anyway, Steve Coladas Rocky is another one of those longest serving Rangers. Started out with the second Red Rangers and on one Power Rangers. Anyway, and he was left out in the 10th season. Anyway, he's most remembered as Zeo's Blue Ranger. With Bosch, he was also appearing in both the 90s movies and only just a responded role in that 25th anniversary special, Dimensions in Danger, which I've never seen yet, which came under the part of Super Ninja Steel. That's good enough. Now, Catherine Sutherland, portrayed by Kat Howard, okay? Now, she was an Aussie's second Pink Ranger. Now, portrayed by Kat, to replace, appear in Dimensions in Danger. Now, she replaced, I can't remember her name, but that's just me. She previously served as the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Zeo, and Turbo teams. The official comments has been made. It's clear that Kat was now married as a Ranger legend Tommy Oliver, wow. So hopefully we'll get that reference to that and what Tommy's up to these days, and it's special. Now, when I first met Tommy in last year, I saw, as I mentioned earlier in my Elson Sus Club Vlogs episode. Now, if you saw my Elson Sus Club Vlogs episode, in my first episode of my video, go check it out. You see, and it was mentioned that earlier, okay, that it was Kimray. I forgot about her. Okay, Kimray was portrayed by Amy Jo something. What is her last name? I don't know. But then, it was Tommy. He was a doctor in Dino Thunder when I was a kid. But then again, he was a teacher in a science teacher in Dino Thunder. He was portrayed. He got Kira, Ethan, and I don't remember the Dino Thunder Red Ranger. And soccer player. Okay, James Robinson, James Napier as who played. Oh yeah, that's right, Connor, and I gotta think of the names right. Sorry, and Trent, who get the right, say Dolph for the power up thing and things like that. I grew up with this as a kid. But anyway, now on to the next Power Ranger stuff. But anyway, Karen Ashley, portrayed by who portrayed Aisha Campbell. Anyway, last but not least, Karen Ashley is also back as Aisha Campbell. Anyway, second Mighty Morphin Power Ranger, Yellow Ranger, who, unlike her teammates, who was placed from Zeo. Although she remained as part of Power Ranger history in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie, this is her first appearance in the franchise. Then since 95, year I was born. Welcome back, Karen. Now, I never saw the movie, even I was born in 1995, because I wasn't here when, I wasn't born when this movie came out, but I was only 2 days old when this movie came out, and then rain started to fall, and then boom, and I was just like this. But welcome back, Karen, nonetheless. Now, the last thing on my list is Charlie Nat Kirsch, Trinity Card's daughter. Now, this one, I cannot remember her. unfortunately. Now, as Power Rangers will know, Charlie Charge sadly died back in 2001. But the Power Rangers 30th anniversary is finding a way to honor Tree's legacy as the original Yellow Ranger by introducing a brand new character. Charlie Kirsch has joined the franchise. Is currently unnamed daughter of Trinity. She had followed in her mother's footsteps and become a ranger. We'll have to find out. I've said this before, and I'll have to say this again. I am very, 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 very excited about Charlie to be part of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers team. Will she be part of this? I don't know. Charlie Kirsch, if you're watching this episode right now of the Crazy Bunch's web show, you're going to be very happy about this. Anyway, she will be introduced in next year. Be look out for it. But anyway, and Power Rangers Comics Bury arrives on Netflix sometime next year. I am very excited. I am very excited about this. I am very happy. But anyway, oh my god. Anyway, my next topic has to do with this EA has officially ended the Power Project Cars franchise. Now, sadly, it never happened, to say the least, but for Project Cars, and like this is a shocker right here. But anyway, it says this: pumping the brakes, Electric Cars is a official statement of providing the games industry biz has officially announced the end of the Project Cars racing franchise. Eventually, this marks the final release in the simulation series and mobile that Project Cars Go will launch in iOS and Android last year. Today we announced officially an updated racing portfolio following eventually the next Project Cars title is a longer-term global commercial. We had to make the decision to stop further development and eventually by the franchise. Now, it was sweet to summit. Division like they are very hard, but allow us to provide our focus on areas which I believe we have the strongest ability to create experience that fans will love. Okay. Now, this is sad. I don't know what to do next, and I hope this project cost, which I made during the very first episode of PS4 Tuesdays, was gonna be a shocker to me. But anyway, we are working with everything impacted by the decision to place in suitable roles across our EA Sports racing portfolio, as well as other parts of EA, wherever we can. Our partners will now and provide as much support as possible with our people throughout this transition. This Project Car IP was probably of EA following the purchase of Codemasters in the subsidiaries, including Cars developer SlyDramatic Studios in December 2020. At this time of purchase, SlyDramatic is somewhere in the region of 150 employees, and so here's been hoping that EA's will help ensure that new roles the studio staff throughout this Madrid other development and purchase promotion rings. There has been 4 Project Cars games in total, including the Project Cars Go. Though the first two games have received critical and fan acclaim, Project Cars 3 was less warmly received, and early this year, it was announced that the first 2 titles will be dislisted. The sale due to expiration of the game license. Wow. It would be seen that EA has decided that this particular racer has run its course, said by Chris Moyes, senior editor of this news topic. This is sad to me, I know. My last topic has to do with Julie Woodruff. Now, I've been a huge fan of PBS NewsHour. Now, to say the least, I'm gonna miss her as anchor woman at the PBS NewsHour, but this is what she said, and I'm not gonna read the transcript of this, but this is very sad, okay? Julie Wardrobe stepping aside from PBS NewsHour anchor desk at the end of this year, stating that this. Anchor and managing editor Julie Wardrobe announced her intent to step aside from PBS NewsHour anchor desk at the end of this year, saying that Friday, December 30th, 2022, she will devote 2023 and 2024 to a new national reporting project. Julie Wardrobe presents American Crosswords. Well, it's my dad. Now, Julie Wardrobe, if you're watching some episode of TheCrazyBunch's WebShow right now, good luck in your future, and you'll be missed by all of us at Elsa's Club, and we did a picture of you and Jeffrey Brown on Elsa's Club on my trip to Washington, D.C. back in 2013, and I did met you before, and boy, I'm glad to say we are going to be missing you a lot, and I'm going to say this is going to be one epic showdown between me and Julie and Jeffrey and all the good activities of PBS NewsHour, because they're just one hell of a lineup between Robin and Jim, and all of a sudden just Gwen Iphone and Julie Wardrobe. So there you go, because it's been there that way since from the day she anchored the news desk in 2013 till December 30th of this year. We'll have more on Julie Wardrobe in future episode of FWL. Coming away December 30th, 2022. And that's all my topics for today. November 12th, 2022. And that was the Crazy Bunch Web Show, episode number 78. Hope you enjoy it. Stay tuned. The next one's gonna be the weekend before Thanksgiving episode of Crazy Bunch Web Show. We'll just see what happens. Till next time, so Joseph Goodbye for some baby. Get more Crazy Bunch Web Shows episodes to get me soon. Till then, out. See ya.